come to rebuild it, to bring back life. So, this idea can be used all over the world.
It must be destroyed. We arranged a big demonstration in front of the Iranian embassy, and it was a huge demonstration of many different organizations, many groups, many political leaders taking part in the demonstration. And the main newspaper in Italy then with a big title about the demonstration, now Italy is a Zionist country. No one knew it before yesterday. But if we see the number that finally it was a private demonstration arranged by a small newspaper, and now we have 65% of members of the parliament declaring their support of the demonstration, leader of political parties. And now we have also that there is Fiamma Nierestein, who is a member of the Italian parliament, is in charge of the Commission for Relations between Italy and Israel, and that is also step-by-step changing public opinion.
Yes. Tov, I'm speaking in Hebron, Tel Hebron, with Sheikh Abdul Hadi Palazzi from Italy. And Sheikh, first of all, welcome to Hebron.
Thank you very much.
You've come to visit us many, many times, and I'd like you to please just tell all of the viewers, why do you come to Israel and why do you come to Hebron? People wouldn't normally expect to see myself and Noam Arnon walking around with an imam in Hebron. Why do you come here?
I try to come here every time I am in Jerusalem because I think it's as a moral duty of mine to support those who are living in such a difficult situation, discriminated and persecuted because of their religious identity. So I think it is really a sad situation that instead of helping, supporting the development of Hebron, the Israeli government is not helping the Jewish community here to grow and is not helping to create a wall junction which connects Hebron to Kiryat Arba, and that people can grow in number but have no permission to extend the city.
Most people listening to this or seeing this would expect that you would be talking not about the Jewish population in Hebron, but about the Arab population in Hebron. As an Islamic religious leader, what do you base your support for the Jews in Hebron on? What's the source of your support?
The source of my support is that in seeing that there is no discrimination in the expanding the Arab population as it never happened in never other city. What makes me really sad to see is that people are discriminated because of their religion belief, especially when that is happening in Hebron, because according to Islamic sources, Abraham tried to divide his family in the sense that he moved Hagar and Ishmael toward the desert and toward Arabia, and left his descendant from Isaac to live and then to be buried in Hebron. So it is clear that he divided into this way his Arabic and his Jewish descendants. But now, while no one is limiting the opportunity of the Arab descendant of Abraham to settle in the country, to develop in the rest of the world, inside the Arab world and even outside of it, the Jewish descendant of Abraham are so discriminated in the same place that Abraham himself chose for him to live.
Let me ask you one last question. Dealing more with modern politics today. Yeah. We spoke earlier in our meeting about the expansion of extremist Islam throughout the Europe today and the United States. Perhaps you could just briefly repeat what you said to us about the source of that and what you think the solution for that might be.
I think that the basic problem is that the Saudi government is spreading Wahhabism, its own extremist ideology and naive interpretation of Islam. They have money to fund its extension and its propaganda in the whole world, both in the Muslim world and in the West. And unless something is done to prevent these, every time that a person is filling his car with gasoline, is practically contributing to make the propaganda of Wahhabism strong. And the propaganda of Wahhabism is based on persecuting Jews, Christians, and even non-Wahhabi Muslims. So I think that is the problem that the world should try to stop. But until now, I see that there is no political will to stop it.
Do you see what would you suggest as a beginning to some kind of a solution to this problem?
As a first step would be, at least in the West, that the government says that since their countries they are not permitted to fund any Christian, Jewish or building religious activity in Saudi Arabia, at least that Saudis are not allowed to fund religious activities in Western country. That could be a first good step, but no government until now is taking it because of interest in the oil market. But I think that on the time when alternative to oil will be understood as something necessary for the world, this can also change a political situation. Other ways, a time is needed to understand that by using oil and by paying for oil, those funds are used for a propaganda which is destroying the same structure of a Western society.
Sheikh Palazzi, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. Shalom, shalom.